For 18 weeks straight, I sent out my Bead Soup Sunday emails. Every single week, rain or shine, event or no event, I hit send. Open rates? Pretty good. They were around 40 to 48%. Click-throughs? Not so much. Sales? 0. I was consistent. I was showing up. I was doing all the right things. But after almost 5 months, I had to ask myself a hard question. What happens when you're doing everything right and it's still not working? That question changed everything. Hey friend, and welcome back to Sparkle and Shine. I'm Cassandra, your creative biz bestie and the heart behind Pretty Pineapple Bead, where I make colorful, confidence-boosting jewelry for women who want to feel vibrant, bold, and totally themselves. Here on the show, we talk all things small business, mindset, marketing, growth, and everything in between, with plenty of encouragement and real talk along the way. In the last few episodes, we've talked about pricing with confidence, redefining success, and navigating the quiet seasons of entrepreneurship. But today we're diving into something a little different. What to do when consistency stops working. Because consistency is important, yes, but if you're consistently doing something that's not moving the needle, it might be time to pivot. Let's go back to Bead Soup Sunday for a second. Every Sunday, I'd send my weekly email. Product features, event promos, a mini newsletter, and sometimes DIY bead bar info all rolled into one. I thought I was building a rhythm, something my subscribers could count on. And in a way, I was. But what I wasn't building was connection. 18 emails later, I realized the data was trying to tell me something. Yes, people were opening the emails, but hardly anyone was clicking, and 0 sales came directly from them. That hit me hard because I was being consistent. I was proud of that. But consistency only works when it's aligned with what's actually helping you grow. The truth is, I had outgrown that format. It felt more like a checkbox than a conversation. And I think a lot of entrepreneurs get stuck there, doing something because it's what we've always done, even when the results aren't there anymore. Sometimes you have to stop and ask, is this helping me grow, or am I just afraid to change it? So I decided to pivot. I'm moving away from Bead Soup Sunday for now. Instead of one long catch-all newsletter, I'm going to start sending 2 to 3 short, focused emails each week. Some will be product features, some will be storytelling, and some will just be little love notes to connect with my community. Because not every email has to sell something. Some emails are simply meant to build trust. That's also part of why I've been experimenting with time blocking now. Full transparency, it's a work in progress. The first day I was supposed to start at 9 a.m. and I didn't even get in the shower until 8:50. So yeah, I started like an hour late. But I still showed up. I still got my most important task done, and that's what matters. I'm learning that creating a routine isn't about perfection, it's about discipline with flexibility. And if you know me, you know I'm a stubborn Taurus, which means change doesn't always come naturally. I like comfort, I like predictability, but I also know that when I feel stuck, the only way out is through action. So I'm testing, learning, adjusting, and building a better system that actually supports the life I'm creating. This shift in my email strategy also inspired me to rework how I approach content overall. If you've been listening for a while, you know I used to post a lot. But being everywhere doesn't automatically mean being effective. So I've been simplifying. Right now, my goal is 2 feed posts per week per brand. Usually 1 reel and 1 carousel or static image. Plus like 3 to 5 story shares. That's it. That's what feels doable for me. It gives me consistency without burnout and allows me to show up in a way that feels authentic. Because when you're managing 3 brands, Pretty Pineapple Bead, Keep Fresh Studio, and this podcast, you have to be realistic about your energy and time. And you know what? That's okay. Your content plan doesn't have to look like everyone else's. You don't have to post every day to be successful. You just have to show up intentionally. For me, that means repurposing what already exists instead of constantly starting from scratch. A podcast quote can become a carousel post. A blog snippet can become a caption. A story video can become a reel. It's all about making your effort go further, not working harder, just smarter. And maybe that's what confidence really looks like in this season. Not hustling to keep up, but trusting yourself to do what's right for your rhythm and your business. All right, so the best part of all this, I can actually feel my confidence coming back. It started with raising my prices and realizing no one even blinked at the new numbers. And then came the event where I made more sales, had a higher average order value, and finally saw the payoff of trusting my worth. But this new confidence isn't just showing up in my business, it's showing up in my life too. The other night, my husband Joe and I went downtown to see Sasquatch. Normally, I'm the kind of person who bobs my head to the beat, maybe taps my foot a little, but that night, I danced, like full-on danced. Didn't care who was watching, didn't care how I looked. I just let go. And it hit me later on, that's what confidence really is. It's not about having everything figured out. It's about showing up, taking up space, and trusting yourself to grow through whatever comes next. Lately, I've been building out new systems, planning 6 weeks of content at a time, and actually giving myself space to breathe creatively. And you know what? It feels good, because this time it's rooted in confidence, not chaos. So if you're listening right now and you've been consistent but not seeing results, maybe it's time to ask yourself, is this still working for me? It's not failure to pivot. It's wisdom. And if you've been scared to change something because it feels like you're giving up, I want you to hear this. You're not giving up. You're growing up. You're evolving into the version of yourself who knows what's worth her time and energy. So here's your challenge this week. Take one thing in your business that feels stuck, whether it's a system, a product, or a routine, and ask, is this actually working? If not, take one small step to adjust it. It could be as simple as testing a new posting cadence, rewriting your next email, or refining your process. Just one intentional pivot can reignite your confidence. And hey, you can now find me on Substack. That's where I'm sharing even more behind-the-scenes lessons, creative business insights, and pep talks, just like this one. You can find me by searching Sparkle and Shine Podcast on Substack, or I'll have the link in the show notes. And then, as always, you can DM me at Sparkle and Shine Podcast on Instagram. Remember, friend, confidence is like color. When you let it shine, everything around you becomes more vibrant. Keep showing up with heart, keep pivoting with purpose, and keep shining.